today, let's try and decipher what these secondary perks might just be. What is going on, Multiversers? Welcome back to the channel. As you just heard, we're going to try and decipher I'm calling them the secondary perks for right now, because we know the unique perks are the big one, but then we got up to three secondary perks that we can equip to characters, and perks are some of the things that I'm looking most forward to trying out. Of course, the characters obviously come number one, but I'm curious to see how perk setups and perk builds are going to play out. That's very exciting to me. So why don't we try and decipher some of these, and feel free, please play along in the comments. You don't have to do every single one if you don't want to, but just give me an idea of a couple of them. So I'm going to number each one of them. So like, there's three different categories we're going to go over. We're not talking about unique perks, but the three secondary categories of offensive, defensive, and utility. And then I'll number them, so it'll go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you'll get the idea. So if you want to like play along and tell me a specific number that you're guessing might be a specific thing, then leave that comment down below. We'll see how these compare. But let's start off with the offensive perks. So first, what I have 12 of them here, and I'm going to say this right off the gate. I'm not going to try and predict what the letters mean. I'm sure it's like a long phrase and they don't have a picture. Maybe it's just stock for right now and they're still working on the perk image itself. But whatever the letter ones are, I'm not going to try to guess, because I can literally come up with any sort of saying. So I'm not going to guess the letter ones. But the ones with actual icons and pictures, that we'll try to guess. So first up for offensive, number one is it's like a person and they got wings, right? So after kind of deliberate with myself, what did I come up with? I think this one could be aerial attack damage increase. I'm actually not 100% sure on this one. I'm only saying attack damage increase because the next one, number two, the one with the one wing and the person, you could see the wing and then you see the person kind of getting knocked back a little bit. And that's kind of, we get the same knockback sort of image in a few other of these perks for the offensive ability, which I definitely believe has to do with knockback of some sort. So I'm thinking the one wing here with the person is aerial attack gets increased knockback. So just any attack in the air, get a little extra knockback to it. So I think that makes sense. I would, again, go back to the number one with the wings here, the person with the wings, aerial attack damage increase is what I said, but I'm not 100% sure because it doesn't have like an impact, kind of like it seems like they're doing damage. They just kind of like have wings, but it's got to be offensive, right? First I thought maybe floaty jumps, but floaty jumps isn't an offensive nature type perk, so that didn't fit. So I just went with that. I'm probably wrong, but I feel much more confident about number two. As for 3, 4, and 5, they're all letters, so I'm not guessing those. But number 6, the arrow, and then it's like deflecting, right? I think this one makes sense, but then I had to change it. So I thought this was going to be deflecting projectiles, but that's not really offensive. That's more defensive. So I kind of had to change my thought here a little bit, and I ended up going with reflect projectiles, but with an attack of your own. So your opponent, so we know Bugs Bunny, for example, he's got his pie that he can throw. So what if with a strong or a smash-like attack, as the pie's coming in, and then boop, you knock it, you reflect it right back at him. So that's kind of where I went with that. Again, originally, reflect projectiles, but that's not an offensive one. I feel like that's more defensive, and I think I even have that a little bit later, but we'll get to that when we do. Number 7, the one with the punch, and then it's got the impact kind of behind it. I believe that is increased physical damage. Now, maybe this could just be increased damage overall, but I think it's because they're showing the fist specifically, I'm going to go with physical attacks, so fist, elbows, kicks, knees, headbutts, that kind of stuff, I think is what this will pertain to. Interestingly enough, I don't see anything with weapons on here, so I am scratching my head a little bit on this one. Maybe it is just overall increased damage by like 10%, 5% maybe, I don't know. But something definitely with increased physical damage is what I'm going to go with for now. Number 8, we got the foot, and then the person again who's kind of getting knocked back by the foot. Well, I think this is just going to be maybe physical attacks get more knockback, or just more knockback in general to an attack. Again, this could imply work with weaponry, swords or axes or whatever else might come with weaponry in this game. So I think just more knockback in general is the one I'm going to go with there. Number 9, letters, not predicting. Number 10, The projectile with like the 2 lines underneath it here, it took me a little bit to think of something because I'm trying to compare to Smash Bros. And kind of get like their spirits, right? Because I love this messing with spirits, but I'm trying to line up some stuff and I couldn't think of anything. But eventually I settled on increased projectile damage. That's not really something specific Smash has. They have moves that can increase like neutral special. Some neutral specials do have, you know, are projectiles, but like just in general, what if a character has multiple projectiles for a neutral special, maybe a side special, maybe like a strong attack is a projectile? So just overall, increased projectile damage could be absolutely awesome. And it could cover multitude of different attacks. So not just one singular one, but whatever attack is a projectile, just increased damage. Would be pretty cool. Next one, number 11, the projectile and the person that's on the screen here. I'm going to say it's sticking with, obviously, projectile here, but it's the increased, what did I write down? Increased projectile knockback. Now, we've seen a few of the other ones with the person being kicked because, again, same image. That person's kind of flying backwards a little bit, so projectile coming at them, and if the projectile hits them, a little bit more knockback. And hey, who doesn't like a little bit more knockback, especially in a game when you're designed to KO your opponent? So that made sense in my head. And then the last one, number 12, the arrow with the projectile. This one I actually like. If this is true, if this is going to be real, faster projectile speed. That's what I'm going to say this one is. And if it is, that could be a game changer. For example, if there's a character that comes into the game, we could take Bugs Bunny and his pie again, for example, because he's going to throw that. But we've seen that kind of going somewhat slow and a little bit faster later on. But what if there's a character that has a Samus-like neutral special, you know, the charge shot? And once you charge it, it has good speed. But what if you could increase that attack speed a little bit more? An extra 10%, 15%, 5%, whatever it might be. Just an increased projectile movement speed. That could be nuts. That could be nuts. So now let's move to the defense, right? 1 and 2, as you can see, letters not predicting. Number 3, though, the person with the shield. It's pretty much like they got the arrow coming at it too, right? And you're basically blocking something. So I went with, this will just block projectiles in general, but it could also be maybe reduced incoming, because again, now we're on defensive, so you got to think more, all right, what helps me on defense? So maybe this is just taking reduced damage. It's kind of like, I got a big shield, so the impact of whatever the attack, they're not going to be holding a shield, but the idea of, you know, you're holding a shield in battle and somebody comes charging at you, you might still take a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be as much as you wouldn't have without the shield. That makes sense? I hope it did. So basically reduce damage that you intake, or it's just going to simply block projectiles in their spot and they just disappear on spot. So something like that. Next up, number 4, we got the diving person with the clock. I'll be honest, I'm having issues. I'm having trouble trying to figure out what these two could be. So number 4 and 5, it's a diving person. One's got the clock and one has like a little half circle that's kind of filled out. I don't know. Maybe the one with the clock is like slower dodge speed. I got something in my eye, but slower dodge speed or something. But how's that defense? I don't know how that factors into defensive, but it's a person. It looks like they're dodging or diving out of the way, and the clock is either going to be slower or faster. So if there's a person diving, I'm going to assume it's dodging, and the clock is, you're going to either have faster or slower dodging. So I just kind of went with that for 4 and 5. I don't think that's going to be it. I'm probably way off base for that one because it doesn't make too much sense for defensive, but who knows. But the last one, number 6, the brick wall with the arrow. I think this one is deflecting projectiles. I think that makes much more sense as a defensive one. Again, it's got the brick wall, the arrow's coming at it, and then it's reflecting off in a different direction. Pretty sure that makes sense. In my head it does, so maybe it does with you, but that only leaves us with the utility perks. Let me scroll down. There we go. Utility. Oh my god, I'm clueless for a lot of these. Complete guesses. And literally the first one, number 1, the stopwatch with it looks like a little, like a letter F on it. I literally wrote for my guess, I'm clueless. I have no clue what this could be. I got no idea. No idea. Let me know if anyone has an idea for this one, please let me know. Please let me know. I got no clue. But number 2, the one wing as the stock image here. Not stock image, but the image for the perk. One wing, I don't know. it's utility. So again, it's not going to do anything that will benefit attacking, and it won't be defense. It's basically utility, right? What it does. So after thinking a little bit, maybe an extra jump. I don't know. Maybe that one doesn't make sense either. But one wing, or maybe slower fall speed. I got that coming up. No, I got faster fall speed in a second. But the one wing, I'm also a little stumped on. I went extra jump, but that's probably wrong as well. I'll see what you guys think. Number 3, we got the punch with the arrow, which this is weird because we have the exact same image, the punch with the impact for the offensive ones. And that was the one that I said increased physical damage. But this one is utility. So it's got the same punch, the same impact, and then it has an arrow. I don't know, what did I put for this? Launching power overall, that's what I put. Launching power overall. Maybe just more knockback power for just everybody. Can these, if you equip a perk in this game, a secondary one, could it also possibly affect your teammate if you're doing a 2v2? Maybe, but again, I'm clueless for a lot of these. I got no idea. So number 4, we'll move to the person. It's got like a shadow and then like the more filled in silhouette of them, and they're dodging, they're moving. I think I got this one. I think this one is further dodging distance, or further, it's not dashing. Yeah, further dodge distance. I think you'll just move if you try to do an air dodge to get back on stage. You're gonna travel a little bit farther. That's the first one for utility that I felt somewhat confident with, but that's number 4. Number 5, we got the person dodging now. We just had further dodging, so I think this one could possibly be faster dodging. So you're going to have the same dodge speed as default, but you're just going to do it quicker. That's what faster dodge speed is. So yes, I did a great job explaining that one. Next one, we got number 6, the person that's kind of falling here. This one, I'm going to say faster fall speed. Not like if you play Smash Ultimate with insta-drop speed, not that, not like instant. But you're going to have your default fall speed for your character. But maybe this makes your fall speed 1.5 times fast, 2 times faster. So it'll essentially be like when you're falling, you kind of move up a weight class, so you're a little bit heavier, so you come down quicker. And that could be clutch. That could be useful in certain situations, right? Your opponent goes for an up air, and they're trying to knock you off the stage, and then you got extra fall speed, so they're going to time regular speed, but here you come, and now they're going to miss their attack. Does that make sense? I think that one makes sense there. And then number 7, nothing, words, no prediction. Number 8, the jumping, and then there's like the little cloud beneath them. I think this one is going to be faster jump speed. I think faster jump speed, so you're going to take off quicker, so you want to catch up to your opponent. Like I said, you're trying to chase them off stage or something with an up air, knock them out. Maybe that works. Maybe it does. Number 9, we got the jump with the arrow behind it. I think this one is going to be higher jump distance. So you're going to have more higher jump power. So you jump higher than normal. There we go. Why couldn't I explain that better? I don't know. You jump higher than normal. Number 10, we got another one I'm confused on. This one, it's like just somebody jumping, and I literally put floaty jumps. There's no way it's floaty jumps, but I had nothing. Clueless. Number 11, nothing. And then number 12, I think this one's easy. I think this one makes a lot of sense, and a lot of characters will make use of this if this is indeed what the perk is. Speedy is a little speedy icon. Movement speed overall. Every character can use this. Take your slower characters, give them movement speed. Now they're a little bit faster, a little bit more dangerous to deal with because you got the slow big characters coming at you. But now they're 10% faster. People have trouble when a character's faster than they should be. They have trouble adjusting to that. So speedy, that could be like one of the top perks in this game. And that's a very balanced perk because everybody makes use of it. It doesn't make anybody extremely OP. It's good stuff nonetheless. But there are my predictions. I can't say deciphering because this is probably... I might have like 4 of these right overall. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. What are your guesses? That is going to be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed as always. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.